Hey, what's going on, Los Angeles? What's up, Ramley? Welcome to the Ram Skinny here on the LAFB network. Live on a Thursday, little time change. We're going to try a little midday. We've been doing 4 o'clock. Going to try a little more lunchtime hour, 1 p.m.-ish. Plus, you got the Dodgers game in 2 hours. I mean, what about an NLCS 3 p.m. local time start? Always weird to me. But anyway, happy to be on with my dynamic duo talking all things Rams as they travel across the pond. I won't pretend to do an accent, but going to London, Wembley Stadium to face the 4-2 Jaguars. But let's meet the crew first. Skinny T, looking good as always. How are we doing today?
Doing good. I'll do an accent. Oh, it's foggy London town, eh?
That's not bad.
Wembley Stadium, isn't
Not
it?
bad. You need like a Cockney accent with a little corncob pipe and a what does Sherlock Holmes wear, the whole garb. But anyway, yeah. Brittany Bets, double B's. What's going on? How you doing?
Hello there, mate.
Well done.
Hi guys, what's up?
There we go, double B's. Do you remember? Do you guys remember Butterfinger BBs? Do they still have those?
I remember them.
Oh,
Do you remember Cookie Crisp? This year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
My daughter always wants me to get them. I'm like, we are not getting Cookie Crisp.
Oh, I got it. I got it for like the first time ever in life. Like I didn't even get it as a kid. Yeah.
Oh, they're so good. There's another one. Either of you heard of Waffle Crisp?
Yes. Do you remember the commercial with the grannies on it?
Grannies.
Today? Yes.
So good. Waffle Crisp.
Okay.
Underrated.
Skinny. Okay. You didn't watch much TV, huh?
I did. I think I'm just old enough, too much older than you guys to. Maybe
Skinny was around when the commercials were still black and white. So he was eating whole grain and Wheaties for breakfast. That was it, right?
I did eat a lot of Wheaties, because of the sports connection, and I thought it would make me big.
Oh gosh.
Okay, last cereal question. Do you guys ever hear of grape nuts? You ever had grape nuts?
No.
I ate it one time when I was a kid.
Dude,
didn't make that mistake again.
So by themselves, horrible. It's like you're eating basically rocks. They're like tiny little grains, Brittany, just like little grains. But this makes it completely unhealthy. But you put like a spoonful of sugar. They're actually delicious.
That with a lot of cereals. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually delicious. So anyway, thank you all for hanging out. We'll see how this time slot goes and try to build upon it, but wanted to get this in before the Dodger game. So all of LA that's calling out of work or whatever can tune in to hopefully see our Dodgers go 3-0. Yeah, I know. I still don't get a 3 p.m. local time NLCS. Like, what is baseball doing? What are you doing?
In Los Angeles, in downtown LA. Like,
this makes no sense. I mean, just for programming, it makes no sense. And it's not even Milwaukee's Central Time. They're not even East Coast. So even for them, it's only a 5 p.m. start. Like, it's not like they're starting at midnight. It's like we're playing in Europe. Right. But anyway, we are playing in Europe this Sunday as the boys.
What's the time difference there?
8 hours?
8 hours. Okay.
It's a 6:30 a.m. kick. So we go from Dodgers Thursday, 3 p.m. midday workday to 6:30 a.m. on a Sunday watching our Rams. But I'll toss to you guys just to kind of talk big picture. I mean, pretty big matchup here. The Jaguars 4-2. Liam Cohen got those boys playing well. Britt, you weren't on during the offseason, but me and Skinny talked like, no disrespect, but Liam Cohen was one of the hires that I was not super high on when the Jags announced him as the hire. I was like, oh, kind of an interesting hire, but he's looked good. I mean, the offense looks good. They're playing disciplined football. So just big level picture. I'll start with you, Britt. Just what's your thoughts on this Jacksonville team?
Yeah, I mean, full disclaimer, I always have dark horses, like I tell you, like 1 year it was like the Vikings, a couple of years ago it was the Texans, like, and I'm usually kind of there, or maybe like a year or two early, but the Jags were actually on my dark horse list for the AFC this year, and it was because of Liam Cohen, and it's because of how he worked the offense when he was in Tampa Bay and just how he utilized the backfield and how he had Baker just playing the abilities and, working the field. I really, really like his mind coming from our tree. You know what I mean? So I expected not necessarily big things, but considering that they had only won like 5 games last season, I consider that they'd be a little bit better. And like you're giving Trevor Lawrence just a more modern offensive mind, like one of the better out of the 3, I'd say that he had. No offense to Doug Peterson, who has, a Super Bowl ring, but I thought that the Jags were going to be good. That is the gist of what I'm trying to say. And looking at their schedule, seeing that they played the AFC, what are they in, East or South? South twice. Like you can get a couple of those games, you know? So yeah, I thought that they'd be good. And considering that we're both going into this game, 4-2, good records. London games are usually crappy games. Yeah, I don't want to disrespect the Jags. I think that this isn't going to be like an easy game. Like I wish that this was like, yep, this is the get back, get right game. So yeah, I'm not going to disrespect the Jags here because I like them going into the season.
Yeah, no, I think this is a real tough game, which we'll get into. Jacksonville's playing really well. Rams are not playing all that well. I mean, they got the win last week, but a really uninspiring win against a really just bad Baltimore team this year. And obviously, a win's a win in the NFL. Don't take anything away from that, but uninspiring, we'll say. So, Skinny, your thoughts on the Jags? I don't think. Let me say this: we weren't not high on them. I thought they were going to be a competitive football team, better than last year, but I didn't think they'd be like, sitting at 4-2, looking real good so far.
Yeah, I was never out on Trevor Lawrence. I was for my writing side of things. I go through a lot of old pictures, and last time these two teams played, his head coach was Urban Meyer. He had to be coached under that crazy regime. Just go back and read the headlines from those days. Yeah. It was kind of his entry into the NFL. So I've never been out. A lot of people kind of threw him under the bus, said he was maybe a first round bust. But I've always believed that he can pull it out. And I think Liam Cohen is really bringing it out. And I think, these two teams are incredibly similar in some weird ways. Not across the board are they similar, but they kind of play up to their opponent. They seem beatable every week. They've played in only close games, really. Beating Carolina, dropping one to Cincinnati, beating Houston by one score, outlasting the San Francisco 49ers who turned the ball over a lot in that game, and then beating Kansas City and then losing to Seattle. All of those are like one score games, really, really close games, a defense that plays well enough to keep their team in it, creating a lot of high variance plays, a lot of turnovers. Devin Lloyd not in this game. He's got 4 interceptions on the year as a linebacker.
Huge.
As a linebacker.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. That's huge.
So, and an inconsistent offense that has a backbone of the running game. That's both the Rams and Jacksonville this year. So it should be a really interesting matchup. I think the Rams are favored by 3.5 points, something like that. And you can flop that and I'd still feel the same about it. I don't think there's a favorite in this game. And I think it'll be, it's really going to come down to who can play the most consistent football throughout the whole thing, which is usually the case. So that's a nothing statement.
Yeah. And which the Rams haven't really been able to do so far. And obviously they've escaped with 4 wins, but they haven't really played consistent 4-quarter football yet.
Yeah.
You look at this injury report, we're early still. Well, not necessarily early. It's Thursday, but you got today and tomorrow before the Rams practice again. They are, as of now, they're still in Baltimore, right? I know they're practicing at Camden Yards. They haven't left for London yet, right?
Yeah, I think they leave Friday. Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this before we even get to the injury report. Like every team does a different schedule. Every team does different for this London game. The Broncos, who played the Jets last week in London, the Broncos played Philly 2 weeks ago, and immediately after the game in Philly, flew to London and spent the entire week practicing in London. The Rams obviously did a different state in Baltimore, have practiced all week there at Camden Yards. Interesting, because that's kind of like a homage to Britain anyway, which is kind of funny. But they'll be traveling, like you said, Friday. Skinny, do you think they should have gone out earlier? Or do you have no issue with that, 5-hour flight across the pond on Friday?
If I was in charge, I'd have them over there as soon as possible. Just get yourself acclimated to the time zone itself. I mean, they practiced this morning or yesterday. They practiced. Probably happening right now. And so they're not even kind of acclimating to a wholly different time zone.
When do they leave?
Feel like Friday, I believe.
Friday.
Yeah.
Night. Yeah. Friday night.
Friday night.
Okay. Somewhere around there.
Well, to me, I think that I like what they're doing because I mean, shoot, they saw that the Jets could have had the Broncos and were like, yeah, let's not do things the way that the Broncos did things. No, but I think that Sean McVay is just laying this out like it's a business trip. Like simple as that. Get some rest, get some shut eye on the plane, try not to get too acclimated with the time change because we're just going to go handle business and then come back because we're on a bye. So I think I like the strategy here. I mean, shoot, if they come out looking super flat, then obviously, you know, I'm going to have a rant on Twitter, but I don't know. I think that this is like business trip-esque and just putting them in the mode of like going there just to get the job done and we're coming right back.
Yeah. You know, I'm not a travel expert in terms of time zones, but I think from East Coast to London is virtually similar as LA to East Coast. So I'm sure they're treating it like, because they stayed there all week, like when they went from LA to Baltimore, they left day before. So I'm sure they figured like, we've been out here all week now, we'll go day before again. So, I mean, who knows what the right answer is until you play the game, right? If it was me personally, I would, if I'm not staying at home anyway, I'd rather just be where I'm playing the whole time. Like I don't want like to stay in 2 foreign cities over a 7-day period. That's just me. I'm like, hey, let's just go to London and be there all week to practice. Obviously it is a business trip, but
yeah, and we're not here to sightsee, guys. Like,
no.
I don't want you guys to feel cooped up in the hotel. So we'll go like the night before. I like it. They better come out looking sharp.
Hey, Baltimore's got some good sights to see. Baltimore has like the oldest bar in America in Baltimore.
Oh, really?
Down at the wharf there. Hopefully we're not seeing Josh Carty hanging out there too much.
But you know what?
He's got to loosen up. Maybe he needs a couple.
Maybe he does need a double.
That's true. Right. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he does need a beer on the sideline. Get him one, guys.
Do you okay, let's talk about that real quick. Like, do you think I can't remember if it was I think it was McAfee that said it. Like, do you think his change in kicking in the kickoff game, like the masterful squib kicks that he has affected his actual field goal kicking? Britt, I'll start with you.
Well, yeah, I'm going to trust what the kicker is saying, like, you know, like the professional. I think so. I mean, if you look, people were telling me to look at his shoulders when he kicks, and he's just like extremely awkward and somewhat stiff, and like the ball doesn't really get as much lift. And I get like there's a lot of that goes into special teams play in terms of a field goal kick. It's not just like, hey, kick that thing in between those 2 uprights. You know, there's blocking involved, there's snapping, there's a lot, but just with him, I think that because he's so concentrated on the knuckleball for the kickoffs, and because we have to follow the kickoff rules, he's kind of like compromised his field goal kicking in a sense, you know, or like the mechanics are a little bit off. And like, I've been getting a lot of crap because I tweeted, you know, has anybody talked to Carty? Because he doesn't have a mic in front of him from what I know. Like I saw one article with The Athletic, but I haven't heard him, you know, like Green Bay kicker, for instance, the guy that used to be in our building. After he helped them win the game, they're all in the locker room. Obviously, it's a great interview because he came in as a substitute teacher and was able to, you know, help them win the game. But I'm just very curious as to why I haven't heard anything from him directly. But the article says that he doesn't feel that has anything to do with it. I don't know. I saw a video too on Twitter. They were trying to show me that it's the wind. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that the wind should affect a 26-yard field goal. But then again, I'm not a kicker, so.
The wind doesn't block field goals either. So, I mean, there's that.
There's just so many things that we can talk about. Like 6 missed field goals already, or 6 missed field goals and extra points combined already. And I think he missed that many last season in total.
Yeah, he was nails last year.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ryan? Do you think that it's affecting it, the kickoff?
I mean, you know, you got to imagine that the motion is as dialed in as like an MLB hitter. And you hear all the time about those guys like tweaking things, you know, working with the wrong guy and you know, they move the elbow up just a quarter of an inch and it's, you know, it screws everything up. So, you know, it's definitely got to play into it. And then you got to wonder how much of it is just down to the yips at this point. Like once you get that kind of in your head, it's like sometimes you can't get that out, you know. Famously, Minnesota Twin turned New York Yankees second baseman Chuck Knobloch, aging myself. He got the yips and got himself out of the league pretty quickly from that. So, you know, he's got to be talking to the psychologists and I don't know what you got to do to get yourself out of this kind of a funk. But you know, the level of confidence in it has shifted something. And it makes me think of that that Puka sideline video where he's,
Yeah.
we're not kicking the effing field goals. I don't want these field goal BS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that.
I mean, that's
There's the element of it that
I
is
couldn't be on a
unsaid.
football team. I am not a motivator when you're costing us games. Like I say that all the time. Like I'd be a terrible head coach and I'd be a terrible motivator because you miss me a kick. Oh my God, I'm done with you. It's the Pisces in me though. So
yeah, you'd be like, don't even sit your ass down. Just go to the locker room. Like,
bye.
you're out.
Hit the showers. Don't, not our showers. Not using our
Yeah.
water. Bye.
Yeah, there's an outhouse out behind the stadium. Have fun. No, I mean, I think it's kind of a two-part answer. I think it does have an effect, but should it have an effect, right? As a professional kicker, like, can you should be able to get multiple things doing. Now, I like the difference is I liken it to, like you mentioned, baseball, Skinny. Like I liken it like golf, right? Like you have a driver, you have different golf clubs for different types of swings and different types of yardage. And, a kicker, you have one leg. And so you're going from a driver to then a pitching wedge and then back to a driver again, or maybe like a lob 8 on like a shorter field goal. So trying to like change all these mechanics up in the way you kick certainly can have an effect. The question again is, as a he's a rookie now, but potentially multi-millionaire kicker, like, should it have an effect? Can you get over that? If it was me, if I'm the coach and I don't want to put any blame on the special teams coach, but like, I would be trying to have my punter be the kickoff guy so my kicker can just focus on his one sole true job, which is making field goals, and not have anything in his mind thinking otherwise. And he's just dialed in with that driver, that 3-wood, and maybe that lob wedge for a couple shorties. But yeah, it has an effect for sure. Should it? That maybe is the better question.
Right.
I think the answer is score in the red zone.
Yeah, just score touchdowns and you don't need it.
Ooh, so it's like, okay, like if we shouldn't even be in that position. No, he is not in any predicament to say anything like that. It's like red zone inefficiencies. Okay, they're there, but we're in a position where we can still put up points in that phase of the ball. They're expected to do their job, especially when the kicker doesn't get tackled. He doesn't have to get dirty as other guys. Like you have one job, and we just busted our asses to get us here. So shake whatever you got to shake off, brother. Get with it.
I've always had such a weird thought on kickers. 'Cause like when you play in high school, like your kicker is usually like your linebacker, your cornerback. Right. Like it's like an extra thing. Like, oh yeah, I played soccer in elementary school, so I'll kick also. Once you're a pro, like you don't practice with the team. Like half the time you don't even like eat with the team. Like you just all you do is kick.
I think they're taking it more seriously now. Like they matter more. Like you can be, especially because you can get money, like you can be, all you have to do is kick. Come on. Like I think the USC backup kicker kid is kicking now. Like that, it's an important job. You got to know how to kick. And high schools are getting with it. My nephew plays for a school in like near Palmdale, and they went to the state championship last year. And one of the games we had to drive all the way to like the middle of nowhere, like near Fresno. And their kicker was not making the kicks, and they almost lost the game to go to the state championship. And in the state championship, they had a whole nother kicker. Like they're switching the kickers in high school. Come on.
I mean, Britt, half the time in high school they don't even kick; they just go for 2. They're like,
nah, they weren't going for 2. They weren't, for whatever reason. They weren't. I've been to a lot of weird high school games too, like wing tee offense. Like,
yeah. High school is a different animal. But yeah, I mean, obviously is important. So we'll see if they can get that right. And maybe being in Premier League country, Cardi can find some magic boot action with some of those English Premier League soccer players and get his swagger back. So maybe they should have gone to London earlier. So he could have just hung out with some soccer players in pubs and got that swag back.
Or maybe he just needed to be on the East Coast where the people aren't as friendly. No, I'm just kidding.
Britt's happy with the travel schedule. We know. All right. So injury report, guys. As they're practicing as we speak, I just saw literally come across while you guys were chatting that Puka Nacua did not practice again today. I think he's going to be out anyway. And Tutu Atwell was a full participant. So looking like Tutu should be good to go. Skinny, any other intel from you or details on the injury report that you've seen?
I mean, Havenstein is probably the one I'm still looking at. Now, Warren McClendon was in last week for him. There's no pass rush on that team. They played last week. They traded away the Ravens traded away Adafe Owe. Their Matabike is injured, so he didn't allow any pressures. But this is a much better pass rush. Josh Hines-Allen, and then they got Trayvon.
Trayvon Walker's supposed to be.
Trayvon Walker's on the other side. I was about to say Trayvon Austin, but
guys, do you remember we were in Vegas doing a live show and Walker was the first overall pick?
Yes.
We're all like, Walker, first overall pick?
Right. Yes.
Play him.
Yeah.
I remember that. Memories.
So yeah, I mean that's probably other than Puka, who's been the offense, who's been the driving force of the offense. I haven't loved the offensive line play, and especially without the stalwart Rob Havenstein in there, definitely worth paying attention to. This is going to be second game in a row that he's missed and did not play well against the 49ers. So
Big Rob, got to get back healthy. Got to get back healthy, right? When you look at, you mentioned earlier Jacksonville's injury with Devin Lloyd going to be out. His, what did you say, 4 interceptions as a linebacker?
Yeah.
Does this now, and Skinny, I'll ask you, should the Rams lean more into this tight end passing game, knowing that they're, missing such a stable piece in the linebacker room, and they can maybe exploit that, especially without Puka potentially?
Yeah, I think, multi-pronged approach in this game, I would say, with, let's see, can this be a Terrence Ferguson breakout game? Absolutely. Is he going to see
the
We will see. We don't know. Is this a game where we see more Kyren Williams in the slot? Maybe he's played 8 snaps there the last 2 weeks, which is more snaps than the entire year. So that's definitely a question mark there as well. Will we see that? And then, Jordan Whittington's probably more likely the guy that's going to play more of those Puka in the slot snaps. Mm-hmm. So, do they test him out there? But I would go kind of with a rotation of Higbee, Terrence Ferguson, Kyren Williams, and just really attack that middle part of the field. And oddly enough, like Stafford has been a better quarterback throwing deep, and his EPA per play, his statistics in that intermediate side of things has been a bit down. And a big reason of that is because they're forcing Puka to be relied on so heavily. And they haven't been very productive on first downs and on third downs. And so they're just having to throw the ball longer. And this is an opportunity to, really get that kind of dink and dunk offense going. So that sets up, much more organic, deeper and longer plays.
Yeah. Britt, what do you want to see from this offense? Obviously, I think it behoves them to lean into the tight ends, but is there someone you want to see step up that we haven't? Do you want to see this just like a Davante Adams dominant performance? What do you want to see from the offense?
I just want the offense to click. Like, Puka being out is huge because we obviously just depend on him so much, not just, as our receiver one, like in the slot, but he just does other things, like just his blocking, just his grit, just how physical he plays. Like he does something. But I think that the offense just needs to start clicking because we know that Davante Adams has had some drops. Jordan Whittington even had some drops in that Ravens game when they're trying to give you more work. I think that you got to prove that you should get it, but then now it's really, really next man up because Puka's not going to be there. Well, we assume that he's not going to be playing. I think that Tutu is going to get, a lot more burn, and I hope so. Like, I hope to see him. I told somebody on Twitter that it's going to be his coming out party in London, and they're like, they always say that. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but we got to use him now because when you think about it, there's a lot of teams in the league right now calling, looking for a receiver. And like, we have depth there. Like we have depth in the receiver position and then even our tight ends. I just think that we're not utilized. Like, I don't know what it is. Like McVay, do you not trust them? Stafford, do you not trust them because you didn't really get as much work in the offseason? But we have to start spreading the ball around and throwing the ball to our tight ends. Like, we know that the run game it looked well when we alternate Blake and Kyren. That's going to be important to even open the pass up. But yeah, work the tight ends, work Jordan Whittington, work the bigger bodies. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that they just picked up Greg Newsome. I don't even know who their other corners are. Travis Hunter. Like, I think that
And Tarek Brown is the name you're looking for.
Okay. Him. Yeah. All right. I think that we can take a somewhat of an advantage on offense just with the personnel that we have, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
That's what I
totally
want to
agree.
see.
That's exactly. I think that's the point, Britt, is that's what we want to see. What worries me is this is going to be Davante Adams targeted 18 times.
No. Work Tutu in there. Like, I need to see the ball spread around. You know, they're gonna be honed in on Tay Adams. He's gonna probably be double teamed, locked up. And like, I get that you're probably gonna want to prove that the connection is there, that you can get the ball to him, make the plays, and he probably wants to prove that he can catch it because he had some drops. But it's gonna be very much so important to spread the ball around for real, and work in Tutu, especially because he has the speed. Like, he takes the top off. Like, when we use him, tell me what he's done that he messes up on. He has very few drops. You know, he does what he's asked.
Yeah,
it's
been a mystery for us. I mean, we've talked about it ever since he got re-signed. I was like, the Tutu train is over. We can get off of it. And then they re-signed him, and we were like, okay, I guess so. But I mean, to your point, with all those teams calling around looking for speedy receivers, let's say your Chiefs, let's say your Pittsburgh Steelers, like, is he going to survive on this team? Is the Tutu train going to last beyond the trade deadline? Who knows? I mean, it's definitely one of those.
Depends on what you can get for him. McVay also doesn't like to spill secrets, you know, like, unless he's really done with you, he kind of holds on to people, keeps them in house, or does you a solid and like sends you where you want to go.
Yeah. I'll just say this, and this is no disrespect, but if they can get any value for Tutu, I say you make that trade.
A fifth?
Yeah. I mean, just because he's not, I don't care what they say until we see otherwise. I mean, the dude's not involved. He's just not involved in the offense. And I totally agree with you, Britt. Like, that's what we want the offense to be. That's what I think will make it better. But until I see otherwise, it's going to be the Tay Adams show on Sunday.
Yeah, and
you know, he finished with 9 targets against Baltimore. We saw Mumfield get in there, 2 targets out there for the Rook. And they did utilize this tight ends with Allen and Higbee combining for 6 targets. So, and Whittington did get 4 as well. So, you know, they spread it around a little bit better last week, obviously, because Puka was out. Yeah, they had to. No option. So, will they spread it around this week because they have to, or will Tay Adams become pseudo Puka Nacua? That we will see. Good question here from Danny Benuelos. Will the Rams be active before the trade deadline? If so, what other position other than cornerback? We're only about 2 weeks from the trade deadline. Skinny, I know we're going to do some shows on this in its own right. I think you've done some articles already. Do you think they're active, or do they feel good about how the roster is constructed?
They should feel really good about it. I mean, cornerback is probably the only thing that's a glaring weakness. You know, is there an opportunity to add offensive linemen?
You want that.
I mean, even just from a depth perspective, they signed DJ Humphries, they signed David Quessenberry, you know, but they love Warren McClendon and they keep putting him in there, and, you know, but eventually they're going to have to invest at the position. We know this weird Steve Avila situation where he seemed like he might be healthy and he was playing special team snaps, and I didn't love seeing that. I mean, Avila's Alaric Jackson's been great. You know, Coleman Shelton and Kevin Dotson. I mean, here really inconsistent, I guess. And Kevin Dotson isn't moving people the way he has in the past. And I think I think he's just kind of consistently banged up. So, I mean, maybe there's something there, but I don't see a lot. You know, is there a big splash move, and where would you want to get that from? Is it an Alvin Kamara situation? You know, there's edge rushers that are being talked about, you know, but you don't need that. Why would you want to pay that right now? You know, is there, you know, maybe there's a 1-year rental. 2-2 for Jalen Ramsey. Who says no? I don't know.
Mike Tomlin.
Home run trade right there. Britt, what say you? You think they go after anyone, or is corner the only position they really need to address?
I think that's the position that they need to address. Will they, though? Like, Rams are just so weird when it comes to doing things. You know, it's either F them picks or we're chilling. And when have they really spent major capital on a corner besides the Jalen Ramsey move. And what corner would you go out there to get? Like, tell me the corner that the Rams should make a big move for, besides like Sauce Gardner. Besides that's it. And do you really think that Aaron Glenn is going to want to get rid of like one of his pillars of his defense?
Well, they're in the beginning of a rebuild, and we don't know if Aaron Glenn's going to survive this year, much less a whole rebuild. And Sauce Gardner's sitting over there like, I'm a star in the prime of my game, stuck on this terrible team. I mean, nobody saw the Stafford trade. Nobody saw that. Well, Jalen Ramsey was unhappy in Jacksonville. Luka Doncic got traded. I mean,
right. Anything can happen. So just
it's LA, baby.
Right. What? Go ahead, Sauce Gardner. Who else can we get?
Jackson Dart. I don't know about his 40 time, but I don't think he can keep up with most receivers. So
he's no Jason Sehorn that used to don the Giants NY.
Jackson Dart was Ryan Dyrud's favorite draft pick for the Rams. He wanted him so badly.
That was my Vontae Mack for the Rams. Get Jackson Dart for the future, and he's looking pretty good in New York. But yeah, I think really I agree with you guys. The only move right now is cornerback. I think they're set. They're not going to trade for a linebacker. Like we know that they're not even talk about it.
No.
Offensively, even though they've struggled, I don't see any big potential upgrades there that are worth it. So I think, corner is, Sauce, Denzel Ward in Cleveland. I mean, you got to look at the bottom feeders of the league that are looking to shell off contracts for future. So it's not like you're going to go after Pat Surtain in Denver. Like they're a playoff team. So it's going to be these
wild though for the Browns to do that. Like, so you're basically leaving Myles Garrett on a rebuild team. Like there's some really weird situations in the league, And even like the Aaron Glenn, you guys saying like he's not going to be there. Like what? Kind of everybody knew what he was acquiring. So this debacle isn't his fault. And to just, I don't know. That's another show.
It is. I think Aaron Glenn should be fine. I mean, you don't hire a guy and not even give him, but we've seen it before. But he was in, they got to get a quarterback.
OBJ, Danny Buenielos. Oh yeah, only if he has another injury, because like why? Yeah, we'd love to take on an injury-prone older receiver. Yeah, come on.
Well, and this came out 2 weeks ago when OBJ said, "Bring me home," but like they won't throw to him. So what's the point? They won't throw to him. He'll be wide receiver 3 with 2 targets every 3 weeks.
Well, here's one that is maybe more feasible than Sauce, but is not a cornerback. Running back Breece Hall, explosive ability.
I don't think that McVay should deal with any more running back. We're full there. Okay, work with what we have. There's just too many.
I'm just trying to come up with
qualms that come out of the running back room. Yeah, he would really stir the pot if he did something like that. Like, whew.
These things happen occasionally. The pot gets stirred occasionally. Past performance does not indicate future results.
Kyren just got that bag, and he better hold on to it and the football.
I think he's been holding on to the bag too much, not the football.
Yeah, once you get it, that's all you worry about.
Yeah, exactly. All right, quickly, guys. Speaking of the bag, let's talk about our friends over at Sleeper, shall we? Number 1 sports app right now. Download the Sleeper app Store, Google Play. When you go to make your first deposit, make sure to use our promo code RAMS LAFB, all one word, RAMS LAFB. But wait, there's more. Don't even need a deposit if you don't want to, or you can stack both these offers. But when you sign up for a first-time account, you get a free $20 entry to play with. And guys, I know you're wondering, well, what's this $20 to play with? If this is a fantasy league, which is great for season-long fantasy, but they got the daily fantasy, which is the pick'em, 2 to 8 players. We're going to build one with you right now here on the Sleeper app. You guys have done me dirty every week. Let's try to win this week, shall we? You just pick 2 to 8 players across any sport, any team, any league. We're going to do all Rams and Jacksonville for this game. 2 to 8 players. Just choose more or less. Rules are simple. Everybody knows how to play. Kyren Williams, anytime touchdown, more or less.
Yeah, he'll have one.
I like that.
More. Travis Etienne, the opposing running back, anytime touchdown, more or less. Or do we stay away from that one?
Let me peek at that one really quickly, because we've seen he's having a career year. 5.3 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Let's go under that one. Let's note.
Oh, you want it on the
this-
ticket as under? I don't even want it on our ticket.
Yeah, let's stay away from that one. I like that. Maybe I'm just superstitious. I never like playing unders or less, which is why I lose all the time because I won't do it.
Right.
I'm always
Gambling
playing
experts
more.
will tell you bet the under.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe we do put that on the ticket and do less. I don't know, but he is not
Okay,
one of
do
my.
it.
He is not one of my.
Oh man,
He's not
that
one of
means
my
you're
fantasy teams,
winning
though.
all the way up until the point where it happens.
Yeah, and he's on one of my fantasy teams, so I'm gonna be.
Well, one touchdown. That's gamble. Let's stay away from it.
Yeah,
that's a
leave it.
gamble.
Trevor Lawrence, 221.5 passing yards against this vaunted Rams secondary, more or less.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So, but who is he throwing it to? BTJ,
Travis
Hunter.
Parker
Washington, who's pretty small, so I can see an Emmanuel Forbes out there.
Their
tight end was hurt, I think.
Yeah. They are the proud owners of Hunter Long and Johnny Munt at the moment. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. So they might get a little bit of work. 221. This is going to be the lockup game. Under
221. Okay. It is on the Wembley turf, which is usually always low scoring. Okay, I'm going to go with you, Britt. Less.
First pass, 85 yards.
I'm texting you at 6:35 in the morning.
I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna be up. Like I'm gonna have like a morning party thing. Not having a UK breakfast. Thank you very much. But yes, I'll be awake.
What is that? Like a bottle of water and 2 Advils? Or
no, it's like baked beans, okay, and like
and blood sausage
that looks like
blood sausage, maybe.
Like it was boiled in water. I'm good on what? Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah,
beans and weenies.
Sorry, Brits.
Brit, not a fan of the Brits' food.
Right.
Matthew Stafford, 250.5 yards, more or less. Pretty high number there.
That's a high one.
It's a pretty high number.
Bar. That's a high one.
Without Puka, I don't think
or we stay away from it.
Stay away.
Let's look at rush yards.
Okay.
Kyren's at 68.5. I feel pretty good about higher on that.
I will tell you that the Jacksonville Jaguars are the number 2 team success rate against the run.
Against the run. Let's think, who have they shut down? So they've shut down Christian McCaffrey. They've shut down
Kenneth Walker.
Chase Brown. Okay. Who else have they played?
Panthers, Bengals,
Houston, Cincinnati.
So Chuba Hubbard was probably available. Then they probably didn't get the wrath of Rico from the Panthers. Interesting. What is Blake Corum at? What's Blake Corum at?
He is not listed currently because he is questionable for this game. So the only Rams running back listed, at least for rush yards, is Kyren.
Got it.
That is an underreported. That's an underreported. Interesting.
That is. I think that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Jarquez. They only have 3 guys on the roster, don't they?
Yeah.
Where are you, Blake?
So
what is he on the injury report for?
Ankle.
He tweaked it in the game last week.
Yeah. So we'll see. I haven't seen about today yet, but didn't practice yesterday. So on Sleeper not updated. We'll stay away from that for now. Well, maybe this will be a smaller card.
Put the pressure on Cardi over 2 kicks.
Let's see what is he actually listed at. Let's see.
Blake Corum was limited today.
Okay. I think we might see some Blake on Sunday.
Blake Corum. Okay, yeah. He'll make the trip. Where are you, Cardi? Let me see here. Oh, Jacksonville's got Tim Patrick. I did not realize that.
From the Lions.
Yeah.
Interesting. I just find new things out every day.
I can't find Cardi. Oh, maybe no, that's tackles.
They don't trust him.
Yeah, maybe he's just not in here right now. Let's go. Still need some more updates.
What about Higbee? Can we take the over in his yards?
I like that.
Yes, receiving Higbee. Yards. So Higbee is 25.5 yards.
Yeah, let's do that.
Take the over on that. I like that a lot.
I also like let me tell you, because Liam's going to be a little bit sneaky. Like this is Sensei playing his master type situation. So you can't just be Like, yeah, we watched the tape, but he's gonna probably throw something in there. So the backup running back for Jacksonville, I forget his name, but is he listed?
Facial
Tootin, yeah. His name starts
It
with a
is
B, right?
Tootin
Bayshell.
Bayshell. What do you want? Rushing yards or
Is he on there for his yards? Yeah. Or even
he is
if we go back
15,
to ETN, maybe catches.
15.5 rushing yards is all he's listed at.
Yeah,
Or
give
if you want,
him that. Yeah, give him that.
receptions, he's not on receptions. Let's see if he's on receiving yards. He is not on receiving yards. So
What
looks
about
like our option is
ETN
rushing
receiving
yards.
yards? Because they like to hit their running backs with those little short.
Travis Etienne is 14.5 receiving yards.
Yep.
More? And you like Bayshell more, 15.5 rushing yards also? Or just one or the other?
Yep.
All right. Let's lock that in. I got a
We need to win this. I need a haircut. So
I got a 30% profit boost. I can use $5 to win $97. We'll take
yeah,
it.
you're in there. Mhm.
Or I play the flex and it's up to win 40. I'm going, we're hitting all of them.
Off 5 for 5. Pew, 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 pew,
Boom.
pew.
Submitted.
That was 5.
Money placed. Thank you, Sleeper. Thank you, Ramley.
Thanks, Sleeper.
All right. So I think we hit all the main points. Should we get to predictions here? I've always just wanted to do this on a live show with my paper, like, stack it on the desk. How we feeling? Prediction time. Skinny, who you got in this game? Rams, a 3-point favorite, technically a road favorite, but both teams are road. But this is like a home game. Jacksonville's kind of the pseudo London home team since they began playing there like a decade ago. So you like the Rams to win, cover? What do you feel?
Yeah. I think that, given what happened with Seattle last week, where they were just able to really get after Trevor Lawrence, I think that's going to come in, obviously. A big thing. The Jaguars do have their center back, Robert Hainsey, who's one of the better centers in the league this season. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be a close game. Go 27-24 Rams. If they get Kyren Williams going.
Okay, I like that. So they push on the 3-point favorite, but get the win. Brittany Bets, what say you?
Okay. Well, of course, the Rams are going to win. I think that it's going to be pretty close, but I think that the Rams should win it by a touchdown. So I'm going to say 27-20. Rams.
Okay, 27-20. Love it.
I really don't even think it's going to be that high scoring now that I think about it. Hold on. 24-17.
Nice rewind. There we
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah. Interesting. Do we consider Liam Cohen part of the McVay tree? I mean, he had 2 separate stints here, right? Do we consider him part of the tree?
He's part of the tree.
So I don't have the stats in front of me, but outside of Matt LaFleur, I feel like Sean McVay has done pretty well against his proteges or against his branches of his tree.
Mm-hmm.
So I as well like McVay in this as the apprentice, if you will. And I'll go. I think they cover as well. Jacksonville's going to be hungry after that tough loss to Seattle. But yeah, I'll go Rams. I think low scoring, always in London, seems like some dirty, gritty games that come out. Have we seen like an over hit in London? I don't have that in front of me, but they always seem like low scoring, ugly games. So I'll go even uglier than both of you. I'll go 17-13 Rams cover by 1.
Okay.
17-13.
Wins across the board. 5-2. Here we come into the bye.
All right. Oh, yeah. Great bye week. Get everyone healthy. So any closing thoughts? I'll start with you, Britt. Anything closing you want to add besides go Dodgers?
Go Dodgers. I didn't tell you guys, I'm the president of the Nate Landman fan club. So there's that. Co-president. Rampage is the co-president too. So
okay, there's
that. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys. Are you guys going to be up at 6:30 a.m.?
That's the plan.
At 5:30.
Well, not me. 6:26. The alarm's going to be set.
Okay, there we go. 6:26. Give you 4 minutes. I like that. Not 6:25. You just need the 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Enough time to hit the Keurig button and then get the coffee.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I might need to set the timer. Skinny, any closing remarks?
Yeah, I think good test. I love this game. I'm so excited. I want to see what these teams are made out of. I want some proof. That they can run the ball and they can stop the run and that they can stop Trevor Lawrence from running the ball specifically. So those are kind of some of the matchups that I'm looking for. I think it's going to come down to turnovers. Both of these defenses have thrived on the turnover margin. So who wins that? So Devin Lloyd being out, obviously, playing a big part.
Yeah. Crazy to think when we were in the offseason and we looked at the schedule and we looked at the AFC South matchups, did not circle the Colts and the Jags as two of the tougher opponents the Rams would face before the bye. And I know they've lost 2 games, but you could argue these are 2 of the toughest teams they will have faced going into the bye based on other teams they've played. So a definitely great NFL matchup. That's why we love the NFL. There's parity every week, parity every season.
Yes.
And we'll see that across the pond, Wembley Stadium, 6:30 a.m. Skinny will be on after the game. Britt, maybe you'll be joining him again. We'll see. That's going to be a nice, 9:30 a.m.
If we get the
recap?
AFC South sweep, yeah, I'll be there.
Love it.
If we win the game.
Yeah.
And we play. Is this the last one? Is this?
Oh yeah, we already played the Texans and the Titans.
Is it.
This is it.
Texas Titans and Colts. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Wild.
This is all for all the marbles of the sweep.
Bring on the NFC West, I guess.
Yeah.
one
Dun,
NFC
dun,
West.
dun.
Yep, only one NFC West matchup so far, whereas the Niners have played all NFC West matchups. Anyway, odd scheduling, but yeah, so we'll be bright and early at recapping this game. Hopefully, a Rams victory. So for Brittany Bets, for Skinny T, I'm Ryan Dyrud. This is the Rams Skinny here on the LAFB network. Everyone have a great weekend. Go Dodgers. Go Rams on Sunday.
Dodgers.
And we'll see you all very soon.
Bye, guys.